A long rest is occurring. The light gloriously crests the mountains in the distance. While you all are fast asleep on Bartholonude's floor, the sun peeks over the wind. The sun peeks over the window shields, pulling a sheet of golden light over your eyes. You all squint, waking up slowly. So that's the scene.
It's beautiful.
So Bartholonude wakes up, and he thinks about, what he's going to need for this trip. They're planning on, a few hours of a journey, and then they're going to set up camp for the night, and then they'll be able to get up the next morning and venture down into the outpost that the nobleman's underkeep connected to. So he's trying to account for things that he might think he would need for this journey. Last time he knew that there was a sewer and, we're going to be underground. So he wants to make sure that we have the ruby. So he asks who has it. Who has the ruby?
I think I had the ruby, didn't I?
I think Benedict had it.
Did he?
Or did he picked it up?
Did I have it?
In the dead of night, during your guys' movement, it had rolled out of one of your pockets, and it is now sitting on the middle of the floor.
So I look over on the floor, and I see it there.
Bartholonude, your butt plug.
Let's roll the dice, fellas. Who's got it?
So we roll the dice to see who picks it up.
Nat 20.
Okay, so Hamilton picks it up. Ha! Then Bartholonude suggests that we go into town, and I would like to go to a shop and purchase a few things for our journey. So Bartholonude gets up out of bed and puts on his underwear.
Why don't we go to the nobleman's keep first before we go buy things? It'll be less to carry.
Facts.
Okay. Are we going straight to the nobleman's keep, or are we going to enter his back door?
We're going to enter the back door.
I'd like some breakfast.
After breakfast.
We will steal some breakfast from the nobleman. Breakfast. It has been decided.
So where are you guys going? Are you going to the store, or are you going to the fucking...
Where are we going, guys?
I feel like we should...
I mean, we can go to a
keep
store, but I don't
first.
think we should buy all of our stuff for the trip yet.
Yeah.
Not for the trip to the Ice Rim Mountains, but I just want to go to a store and maybe get some stuff for the journey into the nobleman's place. That's why he was accounting for, what was inside the nobleman. He knows there's a sewer. They're going to be underground. He wants to make sure we have the ruby. You might think of other things, other uses for items that he might shop for, and he just wants to go shop for things to try to be extra prepared for, basically coming up underneath of evil that we knew was once there in the nobleman's keep.
Sure.
So we can do that, and then we can go to the nobleman's keep and just knock on his door.
you're not going through the back way?
I think we are, yeah.
Yeah, we're going through the back way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go with his back tour.
Okay. We leave the house and we start walking to a shop.
All right, so whenever you guys leave your house, you come out and you just woke up, you guys are probably hungry, so you guys start heading up the street, and there's a local vendor here that has, some small food, some cooked meats, some breakfast items, and you guys stop and, pay, copper pieces, just a very minuscule amount of money for some food here, and continue on up the street, just filling your bellies and going up to the stores. Now, so the nobleman's keep is above this area, and there are multiple ways in. So below the nobleman's keep, across the river, that's the business district. So all of the area along the river contains multiple stores that have a lot of different items, and they're segmented. So you have, a store that sells magic items, and a store that sells potions and spells, a store that sells actual, hand-to-hand combat items, a store that sells general accessories, rope, and like a general store. So what in particular are you looking for?
Bartholonude specifically is just looking for something that's going to spark his imagination. So he's thinking like a general store might have some general items that might make him
Cut general items.
imaginative.
So I would just say this is you walk into this big supermarket.
Okay.
And when you walk in, there is a very elegantly dressed man standing there. He's wearing like this big robe. It's very, very gaudy and flamboyant. And he's wearing this big hat that's got like a point on it, and it comes out probably like at least 6 to 8 inches, like each side of his head. And he like walks in and he's like, "Welcome to my store." And he like holds his hand out, just like completely awful. Like he's a shyster. You can just tell by
Bartholonude
looking
looks
this.
at him and he just doesn't like it, so he turns around and leaves.
Okay. Well, fuck.
And then right as he's walking out the door, he turns around and he says, "Do you want to talk to me like normal?"
Yes.
That is better. And then he walks back up to the bar.
Jesus.
Welcome, my good dragon friend. Is there anything I can help you find today?
And then I look up behind him, and is there like a display behind him that has like a myriad of items to look at?
There is a giant wall that just has a bunch of oil of slipperiness, and it is all on sale for half gold.
Okay.
But no, there's a variety of items. I mean, there's the standard items like ropes and torches and arrows and different instruments are on sale here. You have, just different types of wood on sale for people that are wood masters, brewers kits, just all kinds of items like that. But you also have just a plethora of weapons, all kinds of different things laying around that look like they're normal things, like rings and robes and wands and potion bottles and plants, but they're all listed as magic items with little descriptions laying by each one of them. So do you see anything that catches your eye?
What is the Sunblade?
Use your words. There you go.
There is a sunblade, Benedict. The item appears to be a longsword hilt. When grasping the hilt, you can use a bonus action to cause a blade of pure radiance to spring into existence or make the blade disappear. While the blade exists, the magic longsword has a finesse property. If you are proficient with longswords and short swords, you are proficient with the sunblade. You get a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this weapon, which deals radiant damage instead of slashing damage. When you hit an undead with it, the target takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage.
There you go.
Daddy like it.
Good for you.
Daddy want to buy it.
So, Benedict, you actually see this sunblade? So whenever you see it, it's actually just a hilt, and it's just sitting there, and there's a little sign that says Sunblade beside it. Then you walk up to it, and you kind of look at it, and behind you, you see this shadow, overtake the table in front of you, and you hear, "Ah, yes, the Sunblade. Do you like what you see here?"
I don't know. As of right now, I just see a tiny little hilt.
Why don't you grab it?
All right, so yeah, I grabbed the Sunblade.
So whenever you grab the blade, a just beam of white light shoots out of it in the shape of a sword. And the shop proprietor goes on to explain to you everything that I just read.
Yeah. I want it.
Okay, so the shopkeep looks at you and says, "Ah, the Sunblade is a fine item for sure. However, it is rare, and it is a magic item, so it does cost a pretty penny."
And how much is a pretty penny exactly?
You kind of get the idea that he has no idea, like how much he was gonna sell it for.
Yeah, I just want
But
him to make a. I just want him to make a make a price so I can go off of it.
Yeah, he's kind of looking at you, and he can tell that you really want it, and he's like, "I'd say the best I could do is 40 gold."
This is a nice blade, but I was thinking more along the lines of 25, 30 gold.
I have to say, I think I have more than that in this item, good sir.
So, I mean, that's okay. If you want 40, that's fine. I just won't take it. But 25 to 30.
Now, hold on. Maybe we can meet in the middle here. How about 35 gold? I'm not trying to lose my money on this thing. I hope you understand that.
No,
but I would
understand
like
that.
to
Absolutely.
at least make some profit off of this.
35 is not the middle.
It's
I'll tell
my
you what.
middle.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 32 gold. I got it right here in my pocket. And I pull it out and I show it to him.
So you pull out 32 gold, and And you spread it out, and he just kind of looks at it. And why don't you make a persuasion check?
Okay. That is a 14 even. Because I have a +0.
So he kind of looks at you and says, 32 gold. Is there any way you could... let's make it 33.
I really wanted a sandwich. I didn't want to spend more than 35 gold today.
Well, 33 is below 35.
Yeah, but the sandwich is $3.
Well, these are gold, not dollars, whatever this mythical thing that you were making up.
It's a miraculous sandwich. It's 3 gold. I really, really wanted this sandwich. It's 1 gold piece, man. Come on. Come on, dude. 32 gold. I was thinking 25. Like, this is hard for me.
You don't strike me as a man who has kids, do you? Do you have children, sir?
I don't know. Maybe ask your mom.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't have any children now.
Well, I do, sir. Mm-hmm. And that 1 gold could go a long way in helping feed my family. So you would like to spend this 3 gold on a massive sandwich? I could feed my entire family 3 times over with this gold.
I think you make plenty of money, but you're not going to get me with that. I see what you're wearing.
You know, if you sold one of those kids, you'd have plenty of money.
Very true. I'll take one. 4 gold. 4 gold. I'll take one of your kids. I'll make a sandwich.
So you kind of call his bluff there with that, and he takes the sword from you, and he's like, "I'm sorry, we couldn't make a deal," and he starts to walk away.
Okay.
So
Bartholonude's eye.
Wait, come back! I give him the gold and take the fucking sword.
So you get him the extra piece of gold and the rest of the 32, and
Son of a bitch.
he says, "It's a pleasure doing business with you,
Yeah,
sir."
fuck you. I like you, though. What's your name, buddy?
Shit.
All right, Mr. Shit. I'll be back.
Actually, he prefers Mr. Ah.
Mr. Ah.
Yeah, first name last name Shit.
Okay.
My
Oh, shit.
Yep. That's canon now. The
right.
store owner is named Ashit.
Oh, shit.
All right.
So Bartholonude's been eyeing this item that's on the back wall right behind this guy. I see this item that looks like a cube.
So when you look back, you see an item that looks like a cube. And this is a perfect cube, and it's very ornate, and it has raised corners with nice little notches in it, that are screwed together, and it's got very nice embrazen metals in the corners. It has big circles in the center of each one of the sides, and they have different symbols on it with little gold inlays surrounding the circle. And you kind of point back at it, and what do you say?
I point to it, and I say, Ashit, can you show me that cube?
The cubic gate, my friend. You have a keen eye. And he kind of walks back and reaches up onto the shelf and kind of he grabs it and he pulls it down, and he says, he goes on to talk about the item, and in game this cube is 3 inches across and radiates palpable magic energy. The 6 sides of the cubes are each keyed to a different plane of existence, one of which is the material plane. The other sides are linked to the plane's existence as determined by me, the DM. You can use an action to press one side of the cube and cast the gate spell with it, opening a portal to the plane keyed to that side. Alternatively, you can use an action to press one side twice. You can cast the plane shift spell with a spell save DC in the cube and transport the targets to the plane keyed to that side. It has 3 charges. Each use of the cube expends 1 charge, and the cube regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn.
Okay, so does he hand this to me? Let me see it.
Yeah.
So I hold it in my hand, and I look at it, and while I'm holding it in my hand,
He says, don't get any wise ideas. It's deactivated until purchase.
That's fine. You can trust me. Bartholonude looks back behind him on the shelf, and he sees another item that he wants to look at, and he eyeballs it with his eyes. And it looks like a spear. It looks very annihilated.
Ah, a wondrous item, Mr. Dragon Friend. And he pulls down this sphere, and it is the Sphere of Annihilation. This 2-foot diameter black sphere is a hole in the multiverse, hovering in space and stabilized by a magical field surrounding it. The sphere obliterates all matter it passes through and all matter that passes through it. Artifacts are the exception. Unless an artifact is susceptible to damage from the Sphere of Annihilation, it passes through the sphere unscathed. Anything else that touches the sphere but isn't wholly engulfed and obliterated by it will take 4d10 force damage.
Shit.
The sphere is stationary unless someone controls it. If you're within 60 feet of an uncontrolled sphere, you can use an action to make a DC 25 Intelligence Arcana check. On a success, the sphere levitates in one direction of your choice, up to the number of feet equal to 5 times your intelligence modifier, minimum of 5 feet. On a failure, the sphere moves 10 feet towards you. Creature whose space the sphere enters must make a DC 13 Dexterity saving throw.
So I'm gonna look at a sheet and I'm gonna say, I would like both of these items. I am feeling in a shape to buy. And I say shape with like an attenuation because they're both shapes. One's a cube and one's a sphere.
Jesus Christ.
Ah, my dragon friend, your pockets must be deep. These are both very, very expensive items, both being wondrous and legendary in nature. But since you are buying them or seeking to buy them at once, I suppose I could cut you a small discount. And he kind of gives him a once over and looks at you and he says, 120 gold for both.
And I kind of wince at his offer because that's outrageous. And I look down at the items again and I reach under my shirt and I pull out my holy symbol and I hold it up to him and I say, do you know what this is?
So he kind of takes a look at it and he kind of like holds his hands out and asks, kind of like in a speechless gesture if he can hold it.
I allow him.
So he takes it and says, "Oh, it is rare that we see anything of this magnitude in Neverwinter, nonetheless in Faerun anymore. Tell me, where did you acquire this?"
How valuable is that information to you?
Not 120 gold.
I do not expect it to pay for this transaction. However, someone eclectic such as yourself, who knows of a vast variety of artifacts, I would also expect you to know that someone who would have this symbol would matter a great deal to the world.
So what are you trying to accomplish here?
My angle is for him to realize that the person standing in front of him might be someone who should be revered because of their involvement with Bahamut. And because I actually have Bahamut's symbol. And it looks authentic to him. I'm hoping out of the sense of camaraderie and goodness that he might understand that there's something more here.
So he looks at it and he says, I don't know where you acquired this, but I can assure you that this is a fine item. Whether or not you tell me, is this your holy symbol, or did you just find this?
This is more than my holy symbol. This is me.
Why don't you make a persuasion check. You're trying to persuade him into thinking this way.
Nat 20.
Okay. Whenever you hand it to him and he determines its authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like respectively like puts his hands out and like very reverently like places it back in your hands, and he says, I am not worthy of handling such an item, my dragon friend. I tell you what, it's clear to me that someone of your importance in this world deserves. If you're here to buy items from my humble shop, who am I to apply any markup to the items that you have? I hope that you would at least take into consideration that I do pay a fine dollar for the items in my store. I will offer you these items at cost. And then he tells you that the price is 75 gold for both of them.
I look at him and I say, I apologize. I might be shopping outside of my capacity to make decisions to buy. How much for only the cube gate?
The cubic gate, my friend, I acquired it for 35 gold. I would be willing to part with it for the same amount. I hope you understand.
I don't want to set you back, but I'm not able to make this decision. Thank you for your time.
Of course. I'm sorry I couldn't offer any more of a discount.
God damn it, I'll take it. Give me the thing. Give it to me. I'll buy it for him. Come here, bud.
So you're gonna buy the cube gate?
Yeah, I'll buy the cube gate for him for 35.
Okay. So you've been watching this conversation, I take it.
Yeah.
And you hear him say, that if he would offer it to him at cost, and you step in and you say, what do you say?
I would like to purchase this for my friend. He's not financially able to, and I am. I would like to give him this.
So the store owner says, and you were unable to make the purchase of your item for a full 40?
Got his ass. So you respect it, right? We good. We're good. But
So
I
he's-
heard what you said. Yeah, I'll buy for that.
He's like getting visibly upset. Like,
Oh, come on, buddy. We're both we that's fair. Okay, that was a fair price. Yeah, be honest with me. You had no idea how much that you spent on that. You just pulled a price out of your ass. I just
he
came.
literally pulls out a spreadsheet that has the exact price he paid for everything and waves it in your
Okay.
face.
Out of his ass.
Let me let me see the
Look at this. All right.
Quick, add space.
Well, that deal's over. Okay, we're talking about this right here. I'm trying to do something nice for my friend.
So he turns around, and Bartholonude, what are you doing in this situation?
I'm just kind of wide-eyed, and I'm looking at Benedict, and he starts bickering with this shop owner like they've known each other for days. And I look at Benedict, and I say, Benedict, are you sure?
Yeah. Listen, we're about to go into the nobleman's keep. Listen, I got a plan. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yes, I would like to buy this for my friend.
So he just kind of lets out like a huff.
Yeah.
And
Huff.
Would you feel more comfortable if I just gave him the gold and he handed it to you? Is that what you would like?
so that argument, like, kind of, it pisses him off even more.
Great.
And he's just like, fine, out of respect for my friend and his deity, I will sell you this item for 35 gold.
Okay. I like you, buddy.
And so he hands you the cubic gate, and he watches you open your pouch and sees still there being another 100 or so gold pieces in it, and takes mental note and and hands you the cubic gate.
Oh, no.
So now you have the cubic gate and the sun sword. Sunblade.
No, he has the cubic gate.
So you already handed it to Bartholomew?
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
like
I was just giving him the gold for it.
Okay.
And now a word from our sponsors.
So Bartholonude now has the cubic gate he can add to his inventory. And Benedict, you have the Sunblade. Do not forget to add that to your inventory.
I did. I added
and you
it.
can equip it too. So
Yeah, I equipped the shit out of it.
okay.
So I've been browsing around. Excuse me, Ashit, is it? This robe here with the stars on it.
He comes over and he says, the maker of the robe of stars made the cloak I am wearing right now. And then so he goes on to remove it from the rack and kind of pulls it off between a bunch of other robes. And he like holds it up and kind of places it in your hands. And he says, another wondrous item. You and your friends have mighty fine tastes. This black or dark blue robe is embroidered with small white and silver stars. You gain a +1 bonus to saving throws while you wear it. Ooh. 6 stars located on the robe's upper front portion are particularly large. While wearing this robe, you can use an action to pull off one of the stars and use it to cast Magic Missile as a 5th level spell. God, that is awesome. Daily at dusk, 1d6 removed stars reappear on the robe. While you wear the robe, you can use an action to enter the astral plane along with everything you are wearing and carrying. You remain there until you use an action to return to the plane you were on. You reappear in the last space you occupied, or if that space is occupied, the nearest unoccupied space.
I like this. I like the way it looks.
It is quite sexy.
So, what are you asking for this fine piece of garment? Thing.
Garbage.
My cleric friend, the maker of this robe, as I said, made mine. This man is a magician, if you could have guessed. He travels the world and finds magically imbued items and breaks them apart and weaves them into his very fabrics, allowing them to have magical properties such as this. And this one in particular, there was a star that exploded and caused a meteor shower to fall over Faerun hundreds of years ago, and it is said that the pieces of the meteors were used to and woven into the fabric and caused this robe. It is a one-of-a-kind creation. And for you, being as that you're friends with the paladin over here, the dragon, and he kind of like looks over his shoulder at Benedict, who's like looking at something else. He's like, this shisty little dwarf.
Oh, come on.
So I think I could let this go for 70 gold.
Well, you see, sir, the other night when all this things took place here and the monsters showed up, my entire house was destroyed, and half of my, I only have what I was out with. I don't have everything. My whole home was looted. I don't have anything other than what I'm carrying right now. I don't quite have 70 gold. I mean, I don't know if there's any way you could possibly lower the price a little bit to help me out. I mean,
And while you're saying that, Bartholonude steps over and he says, Topher, Ashit, how about the Robe of Stars and the Sphere of Annihilation for 95?
So a sheet kind of like, he takes a couple seconds and you see him like running numbers in his head. And he says, could we make it an even 100? I'm already cutting a deal getting that sphere down that as low as it is. If we could come to an even keel, 100 gold, I would part with the Robe of Stars and the Sphere of Annihilation.
And I look over at Topher and I kind of let him decide.
Bartholonude, I mean, I only have 65 gold pieces.
And then I hand you 35. Now you have an even 100.
But I don't know if I want to spend every last gold piece I have.
So what I'll do is I'll just hold out 35. And if you would like to do this, I am asking if you can make this decision.
You should definitely get it. That's going to help us out a lot.
And Bartholonude sees you eyeing the robe, and
It's
he kind
only
of smiles a little bit, and he says, Topher, you owe yourself some pleasantries.
It's only money, buddy.
You're right. Hamilton can always charm another bartender, I guess, and I grab the gold out of Bartholonude's hand. And I give him the gold.
All right. So he hands you the robe of stars, and he reaches inside the robe of stars, and he pulls off like a small piece of paper from the inside of it, and he, just so he doesn't think you don't think he's doing anything suspicious. It's like a tag, so people can't take it, so he'll know about it, like a magical tag.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
nice.
So he pulls the tag off of it, and he extends his hand, and he says, "I pray this item will serve you well. My robe surely does as well."
As he says that, I put it on and teleport out of his store. Into the astral plane and then back. Well, actually, no, I can't do that. It's not a teleport. I just disappear. I'm like, poof.
So after
I'm just trying it out.
After the transaction, before you do that,
Okay.
I just hand you a gold piece.
Thank you. And I disappear, but I take you with me because I can take one person.
So he also turns and hands you the sphere of annihilation, Bartholonude.
Awesome.
So all of you guys are all doing this. Benedict had his exchange with the sword. You guys just had this exchange. We did the cube thing. Hamilton, I'm imagining you've just kind of been perusing.
That's correct.
Have you seen anything that catches your eye, or?
I have, but I need clarification on whether or not I can use it. I have my Rogaine cloak of glaucoma awareness. Now, my conception of a cloak is it's like the over garment that kind of wraps around your neck and shoulders, and then the robe you wear underneath of it. So I could wear
a robe is full
with my robe. Yeah.
Yes, a robe is full clothing.
Okay.
And your cloak, it goes over anything. So,
and then second question is that it says
Do they have
that
it in
you
your
need-
fucking size?
Well,
it says attunement for sorcerer, warlock, or wizard.
So that is my question.
but not a fucking
Can I
gnome.
get this?
because of your gnome,
No,
because
of like my
powers
powers and everything.
So you kind of ask. I'm imagining in game. He finishes up this transaction with them. He's been back and forth. He pockets the money, and he kind of wanders over to you. And I'm imagining Hamilton has been so removed from everything that's been going on. So he kind of walks over to you, and he says, my gnome friend, is there anything that catches your eye?
This gray robe of yours up here. It's very interesting.
Whenever he pulls it off the rack and he hands it to you, the robe shrinks to your size. And he says, this is the robe of the Archmagi. And he goes on to explain that this element garment is made from the exquisite cloth, white or gray or black, adorned with silvery runes, which you had chosen gray.
Well, I'm neutral. My alignment is neutral, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
The robe's color corresponds to the alignment. The white robe was made for good, gray for neutral, black for evil. You can't attune to a robe of Archmagi that doesn't correspond to your alignment. You gain these benefits while wearing the robe. If you aren't wearing armor, the base armor class is 15 plus your dex modifier. Jeez.
Which I don't wear armor, but I have a 0 dex modifier, but my AC right now is 12, so this would just be a straight up 3
that would
armor
be-
increase for me.
Yeah.
That'd be huge for you.
And then, the other
You advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Wow, that's awesome. And your spell save DC and spell attack bonus both increase by 2. Wow, that is really good. So yes, you would be able to wear it. It would fit you, and you'd be able to wear it with your cloak. So he goes on and he says, this is you and your friends, they have such illustrious taste. Everything is just wondrous. These legendary items that find in stories. And this one, I assure you, much like them, it costs a pretty penny. I could part with the robe of the Archmagi for... and he looks it up and down as it transfers to your size. And it turns gray whenever he puts it down to you. And he says, 55 gold.
40.
Oh, I see how this is going to go. You must be related to that dwarf over there, he says jokingly.
I'm actually half related.
He says, I could have guessed you both are little swindlers. And then he, takes a pause because he called you little and is waiting for you to get offended.
I just ignore him and I just keep focused on the cloak.
My gnome friend, 40 might be a little low. Maybe we could meet in the middle here. Let's 47 gold?
45 and it's a deal.
46.
Fine.
Ah, okay.
He pulls it off of the the stick that it's hanging across, and it had already been at your level, so it was already in the process of transmogrifying into what you needed, and then he hands it to you, and it just finalizes its form, and it is now yours.
Sick.
Bartholonude just looks down in the display case and says to Ashit, he says, "How much do you charge for your greater potion of healing?"
So he looks back, and on the wall beside the oil of slipperiness, there's a healing potions section, and at the top there is the greater healing. And he pulls one down and just kind of opens it, and he wafts it around, and he's like,
the healing properties of this potion. Our greater potions of healing are a mere 2 gold.
Okay. So I hand him 200 copper.
hand him 200 copper, and then he gets miffed because he has to turn around and count all 200 to make sure it's 2 gold. And then he gets to about 160, and he just gives up, and he just hands you the potion of greater healing.
Great.
All right. Anything else that you guys want to do while you're in the store here?
Nope.
So I was going to say, I would imagine Daniel and Jed are pretty spent.
Yeah, I have 2 gold.
We're all pretty spent.
I'm not.
I was going to say, Bartholonude, I think you still have some money.
I have 1 gold piece,
You hate to see it.
but that'll be all right.
Benedict, you're kicking stuff around over there.
Me?
I can see it. You're still looking for something, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I found something. But I don't know if I want to buy it from this guy. Just because he saw my coin purse. I want to engage in conversation with him real quick.
You walk back up to
Ashit.
the store proprietor,
Yeah.
Ashit.
Mr. Shit.
He kind of turns around and he's like, he gets it rolls his eyes, but that's the vibe you're getting.
Yeah,
And he's like,
he's cheesing though. He likes me.
What can I help you with?
The cloak of Arachnida.
so you're standing there watching this thing. You walk over it, and you're oogling at it.
I'm just like,
And
oh my God.
he reaches up and he pulls it off the rack, and he's like,
The cloak of Arachnida. While you're wearing this cloak, you have resistance to poison damage. You have a climbing speed equal to your walking speed. You can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces, or upside down across ceilings like a spider. You can't be caught in webs of any sort and can move through webs as if they were difficult terrain. You can use an action to cast the web spell of DC save 13, and the web created by the spell fills twice its normal area. Once used, this property of the cloak cannot be used again until the next day.
and it's a black robe with silvery threads flowing through it. Looks very much like it's like a spider web is on a black piece of fabric.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Looks dope. Looks sick.
You see, as cool as this thing is, I think I might be able to do everything myself. Being an accomplished druid. Let me keep looking. Ooh. What is this?
Benedict, if your pockets are burning holes in them, you may want to consider the helm of teleportation, considering we have to travel a significant distance.
Just throwing it out there, Josh.
What?
The belt of cloud giant strength
I was just
is
about
a
to
wondrous
look at that.
item, and it's legendary, and it makes your strength 27.
Yeah, I'll take it.
What the hell?
Yeah, take that. Holy fuck.
All right, so you walk over, and he's kind of following you around because he can tell you're just wanting to spend money at this point, so he's
Yeah.
all about it. So he walks over, and you pick up this belt, and whenever you lift it up, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy. And he kind of helps you lift it up, and he's like, it's heavy for him too. And it's almost like even him helping, it didn't get any lighter.
Yeah.
And he kind of struggles to like put it down at like eye level for you, and he's like,
This is the belt of Cloud Giant strength. It's like when you're wearing this belt, your strength score changes to 27. The item has no effect on you if your strength without the belt is equal to or greater 27. This is what you'd call a high dollar item, my friend.
Yeah, I assumed so.
I would be willing to part with it for 110 gold.
That's a little much, but I don't have that much left, if I'm being honest with you. I paid for my buddy's object.
That was a very kind gesture. I have a lot of respect for your dragon friend. And you did him a kind service by buying his item for him. I'll tell you what. I will let this item go for 87 gold.
That's a very odd number. Odd numbers freak me out.
88 gold.
See, now we're going in the wrong direction. That's a little bit much for me.
This is a very fine item.
It's also really fucking heavy. I don't know if I can walk very far.
So this is the unique thing about this item.
and he clips it around your belt, and you feel no weight.
Ooh.
But you feel just imbued with energy and
Just
strength.
strong as fuck.
Yeah.
You put this belt on me already. I don't think you can take it.
I have made a grave mistake.
There's no way he's getting
I
it
don't
back.
think you can get this off of me. I wouldn't do that to you. I like you, though. But I would. If I didn't like you. I'll tell you what, man. I really like how strong I feel in this belt. And I'd like to buy it. But I'd like to take it for 80. I know you saw my coin purse. I know what you're doing. It's fine. I don't want to take any money out of your pocket. But I also don't want to screw myself in the same instance.
Well, I've already discounted this item by 35 gold for you. I don't think I could go any less than that.
Yeah. So you discounted it from a ridiculous price that you had given me before. I respect it. I do.
This is one of the most fine items in this establishment, my friend.
Oh, no,
I'm not trying to rip you off. I'm trying to make do. I need to make something off of you.
Absolutely. And you will. Oh. Oh, my.
Hamilton just keeps like grabbing shit off the shelves in the background, like waving it in the air. Look, Benedict.
He just keeps bringing me shit in the store. Like, here, check
Benedict,
this
I
out.
found this. It does this.
So I found the Scimitar of Speed. It is a very rare scimitar, and you gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. In addition, you can make one attack with it as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Man, that's tough.
I'd get the belt if you can.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go with the belt. You said 87 gold.
86 gold, and you can take it.
I bet. 86 gold it is.
So you hand him 86 gold, and the belt is already on you, and he takes a low bow to all of you and says,
Anytime you fine gentlemen would like to return to my establishment, please feel free. I shit at your service.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
and he turns around and walks away.
And we're about to leave, and as I'm walking out, over on the left I see these horseshoes, and
Fuck! Can you guys leave already?
I say, oh shit! How much for these horseshoes? They're called the horseshoes of a Zephyr.
These iron horseshoes come in a set of 4, while all 4 shoes are fixed to the hooves of a horse or similar creature. They allow the creature to move normally while floating 4 inches above the ground. Interesting. So what are you thinking? Transform ye old Benedict into a horse, and then you guys can move just
That
lightly
or my
over.
steed.
So you're asking him about these?
Yeah. I just want to know how much they are.
He looks over and he says,
Another wondrous and very rare item. The horseshoes, 25 gold.
And I just say thank you and have a good day.
okay. So he continues back into his store, and you guys all leave?
I leave.
Yep. I'm broke as fuck. But I'm leaving.
Okay, we have all made purchases. I hope we all feel good about these purchases.
Yes.
I reappear.
Damn it.
Hey, Topher, welcome back. I believe the next task on our agenda would be to hike for camp. We need to set up before dusk, and we have exactly 6 hours.
Let us go. Onward. And I disappear again.